Well, hey, long time no talk to. I think it's been at least 3 or 4 weeks. I've been busy. Usually I forget to bring you along, but I think last time I talked to you, I was wearing a cutoff shirt too. Well, also, yeah, still no rain. Although I can't lie, we had about 3/4 of an inch week and a half ago, which just, and like I've said before, it's like peeing in sand, just soaks it up. Well, I grabbed you today because some things I was been doing out here, and I thought, well, you know what? So we have these little battery maintainers. I know you guys, you can get it at Harbor Freight for about 14 bucks. So got the F-250 plugged in. I've got, you can't see it, skid loader plugged in. I also have the skid loader plugged in to the block heater, and on my timer I can turn it on whenever I need to with my cell phone. So that's ready to go. We also have the Mighty 3020 plugged in with its battery right there. And I was out here just thinking of my sprayer. This is one I always forget for you guys that have sprayers. I'm thinking you guys probably do too, but I just broke this loose. Looks like she drained out. And and looky there, a little ice in there. So so that's a good thing. I thought of that. It's like these things, you know, you get busy and you don't think of stuff about needing to winterize stuff, and it's like all of a sudden it's like, oh crud. So, and there is ice down in there, so it's a good thing I did that today. This was the lowest. We had a low of 14 today, and I think right now it's 24 outside. So I was out here doing some chores and stuff, and I thought, oh, you know, I haven't talked to you guys for a while. I might as well get on here and see what's up. So here's why you don't forget. Last year I forgot, and so you end up having ice in it. It would have gone another week, I probably would have broke this thing like I did last year. Just cracked her right down the middle, and she's no good after that. So we will kind of just leave that sit. Leave that sit out. And let's see here. Get a couple, we'll put a couple paper towels there. We'll just let that thing, when it gets warmer, if it does, but now it's protected, it won't break. So not a lot's been going on out at the farm. I've been helping my kid. He lives in town, and come on, the old farm cat is getting old and cold, so we've been bringing her inside. Ugh. So anywho, the old mother-in-law's car over there, we're gonna put I think I have one more maintainer for the lawnmowers out here in the shed. So anyway, I was back to my kid. He bought a house a couple years ago, and he wanted to do some work on the, there goes the old deer. You better keep running. Deer season opens up this weekend here, so look at that. I even got some water on the lens, and it froze right to it. So we should have, I have, oh, this one's broken. I need to fix that one. Well, that's a bummer. If only I knew where the, oh, there's the charger. Right where I left it, in the dirt. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna be fixable, so we're gonna leave it out here, and we'll have to get, I know I have another couple ones somewhere. I used to have about 6 or 7 of them. I really don't want to put them on the mowers in there with the hay. You never know when something sparks or something's just not quite right. I parked the mowers in here now because I've sold a little hay and I have a little room. But you always park them outside and then you push them into place once the motor cools off. It just kind of, I go to bed, I sleep better at night knowing that. So, somewhere along the line, I got a buddy who's wanting to get rid of a small building, and so we're gonna have to move that dirt pile, spread it out, and I think it's gonna go right in here. It's an old chicken coop. I'm gonna try to haul it over on a trailer and dump it off sometime, but he was wanting to do it last year. We just never got around to it. Who knows if we'll get around to it this year or not. But so yeah, we're in winter mode now. Got to make sure everything is open and clear. Come on. So just dry. Tell you what, this is bad year. Oh, I kind of forgot to tell you about far as what's been going on. Let's see, 2-3 weeks ago, I was helping my kid in town, and oh, did I say what we were doing? We're redoing a couple of his bathrooms, so we completely gutted them down to the subfloor, and right now we're in the process of putting in new plumbing and stuff like that. Okay, cat, we're gonna go. So anyway, we've gutted his bathrooms, and we're in the process of putting new plumbing in, new water lines, all that stuff. It had the old brass copper stuff. We took all that out. Somebody had gone in there and done some work, and they really didn't do it quite right. And so we're using PEX, and we just got the toilet rough-in set last weekend. But anyway, back to the 3 weeks ago, I was over there working, and I got a buddy of mine called me up. He says, "Hey, we got a range fire out here by us." I didn't think much of it. I was like, well, he goes, well, it's pretty close. It's about 2 miles southwest of you. And I was like, well, keep me updated. You know, he's, well, I think you need to get home because the wind is blowing out of that southwesterly area and blowing to the northeast. So anyway, I told the kid, I said, well, I need to go. So I got home, and I wasn't home for maybe an hour or so, and ended up, the wind took it south of me, or I'm sorry, took it straight west of me, about 1.5 miles. Well, in that 1.5 miles, as it's going north, I have a buddy, an old guy. He's not old guy, he's 70. He and I work together once in a while, and he lives right in the path of it, and they issued the emergency warning came over your cell phone and stuff, issued a warning, wanted all the people in between, you know, this street and that street north to another street to evacuate because fire was moving pretty quick. Well, he's right in that area. So I called him up. I said, what do you need? He says, well, I'm trying to keep my house from burning down. I want to get sprinklers going. And I said, all right, a couple sprinklers then and a hose. And he says, yeah, that'd work. So I hustled over there real quick, and we got the sprinklers going on his shrubbery in front of his house and his yard. And I'll tell you what, guys, you make fun of it, but it does pay to keep your grass green around your house at least 40 or 50 feet, because fire comes, yeah, it's going to get those trees, but it's not going to get to your house because your grass is green. But he doesn't water his yard, so we were getting moisture on his yard and stuff. Well, the good news is we were over there for about almost 3 hours, and they got it under control about 1.5 miles, 2 miles from his house, which is a good thing. So I have fought prairie fires before. I don't care to do it again. We were, Dad and I, years ago, were burning the field over at his place that I hay. You guys seen me over there. And we'd burnt all of it, but probably a small quarter was left. And I don't know, we had burned a little bit, but anyway, there was a place, and the neighbors don't mow or anything. It was basically just a shed on a field. Field was, you know, kind of like CRP ground. It never been mowed or cut or anything. And so kind of got sidetracked on doing the rest of it, and that went through a place probably about 20 feet that we had burnt. It found a little patch of dry grass, and that sucker took off. And when it hits that tall grass, it goes, and it makes its own wind, and it's very scary. So we were over there raking and called 911. We'd had a burn permit, so that was okay. And we called 911, and we were trying to save that guy's shed by raking. And anyway, guy comes out, rural fire, can't say enough about him. Comes out in one truck. He made it there first. Told my dad to get in and drive, and he had this great big honker, looked like a cannon on the back of it. And he took off, sprayed it all off, had it all out in a matter of seconds, it seemed like. So, yeah, I don't want to fight a range fire again. But anyway, so the good news was it didn't reach his place, so that was always a good thing. Another thing I've been working on that I got almost finished is this used to be a belt-driven fan. So the motor used to be here, and then it had a fan that came up to a pulley, and it ran the fan like that. So I've had difficulty with it. You don't have to belt and stuff, so I'm converting it to a motor-driven fan. They say they're better anyway. So I made a coupling for it. I don't know if you can see that thing. It's right down in there. This thing right here. Back here. I made a coupling. It's a 1/2 inch to 11/16, and I drilled it on the drill press, and I got cockeyed. So when it gets up to speed, it kind of runs a little wobbly. So I'm going to have to get another one and see if I can do a better job centering it. It's one of those times where I wish I had a a metal lathe. So anyway, guys, yeah, that's been about it. Most of my time has been spent helping my kid. I don't bring the camera over there. I don't want to, you know, have this interfere with what we're trying to do there and get it done right and stuff. So, but anyway, that's what I've been up to. Haven't been loafing. So so yeah, I know I've been off for a while. Apologize for that, but we'll try to keep up to date on some stuff here coming up in the future. Winter, no hay going on, but I start cutting wood and plowing snow, and if we get any snow, we could only hope. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for staying in contact, and even though I haven't, and we'll talk to you on the next one. Take her easy. Bye.